Now let's get into it. Nebraska City. Nebraska City with the ball deep in their defense, but that's stolen by Plattsmouth. But they are not going to manage to get past there. And Nebraska City will pass the ball deeper into the formation and forward past Plattsmouth. But Nebraska City, they steal the ball right off of Plattsmouth and try to pass it up. That will be blocked by Plattsmouth and kicked out of bounds for a Nebraska City throw-in. Nebraska City throws it in. Does not get past Plattsmouth. They header it. But Nebraska City, they intercept a header. And they pass the ball way past Plattsmouth. Plattsmouth's goalkeeper, though, going to get there. And she's just going to boot it right past Nebraska City. Nebraska City's defense going to have to get there. And they do. They pass it forward. 1v1 here for Nebraska City. They try to kick it forward, but nobody's there. Plattsmouth intercepts it. But Nebraska City, they intercept it right back. Kicking it all the way past Plattsmouth. Nebraska City on the attack. It's a shot here. It's a chance to shoot here for Nebraska City, but it will not get past the goalkeeper there. And Plattsmouth will avoid a point there from Nebraska City. Plattsmouth ball up far in the Nebraska City defense formation. Plattsmouth now here with the chance to score on Nebraska City. They try to pass, but nobody's there. But they intercept the pass from Nebraska City. Nebraska City with the ball deep in their own formation, but Plattsmouth, they steal it right off of them. And they now have it deep. Plattsmouth with the shot on the goal here, but it's going to be an offside. Oh, Plattsmouth. My bad. All right, Plattsmouth here today. They are 2-2 so far on the season, and they have had 7 goals so far. And I've been told by Coach Nebraska City with the ball deep in the Plattsmouth's formation, but the goalkeeper is going to intercept that and kick it deep into the Nebraska City defense, but that will be intercepted by Nebraska City, only to be kicked in further by Plattsmouth. Kicked out of bounds for a throw-in for Nebraska City here. Now back to what I was saying. I was told by Coach Dewey that number 19 is pretty good, and their forward number 17 is a good defender, and that their goalkeeper is good. Now let's get they're trying to get past Nebraska City here, and they kick the ball deep into the City's defense. They're not going to manage to pass double back here. Plattsmouth trying to oh gosh, Plattsmouth's goalkeeper. Plattsmouth here with the kickoff. After the offside, Plattsmouth trying to kick it deep into Nebraska City's formation, but they will not get it past Nebraska City's defense. Nebraska City now on the attack, but that ball is going to go out of bounds for what will be a Plattsmouth throw-in. Plattsmouth here with a throw-in. Does not get past Nebraska City. They're going to kick it up. But Plattsmouth, they intercept that pass there. And they will kick it up further, but that will be kicked out of bounds for a Nebraska City throw-in. And Nebraska City going to be lightning fast. But they will not get it past Plattsmouth, and that will be another throw-in for Nebraska City. Nebraska City throws it way past Plattsmouth's defense. It's deep in there, and it's going to be a Nebraska City shot on goal if they can be quick enough here. but it will not. And Plattsmouth trip up Nebraska City. Plattsmouth here with the goal kick here. Let's see what they decide to do. Plattsmouth with the big kick there. But it's almost intercepted by Nebraska City, but Plattsmouth will recover and kick it out of bounds for a Nebraska City throw-in. Hopefully to recoup here. Nebraska City with the throw-in, but it's headed by Plattsmouth, and that is a good header too. But Nebraska City, they intercept the pass, and they do get around Plattsmouth's defense, but that will not go much further as they will kick it out of bounds for a Plattsmouth throw-in. And that'll be kicked out again for what looks like a Nebraska City throw-in. That will be the case here. Nebraska City with the throw-in. And that will not get past Plattsmouth's defense. But Nebraska City, they will steal it. And it will get past Plattsmouth's defense. But Plattsmouth's goalkeeper will simply scoop it up and roll it out to the defense. And hopefully Plattsmouth's defense here will get past Nebraska City. But Nebraska City, they will steal it. And then they're back on the attack. Nebraska City try to shoot, but there is no room there. And Plattsmouth's goalkeeper will just try to scoop it up there. Waste a little bit of time. And boot it deep into Nebraska City's defensive formation. Plattsmouth now on the attack after that great goal kick there from Plattsmouth. But they will kick it out of bounds here for a Plattsmouth throw-in. Plattsmouth now have the ball. And they're on the attack. But Nebraska City aggressive there. And they're going to steal it off of Plattsmouth and kick it deep into Plattsmouth's defense. Nebraska City with the ball deep in Plattsmouth. They shoot and they score. That almost looked like a miss to me, folks. But Nebraska City will score their first point of the season here, barring any... it does look like she missed. I was incorrect. It was very confusing from up here. Plattsmouth with a goal kick there. And they're going to try to pass, but that's going to go way past the intended target and deep into Plattsmouth's defense. But Plattsmouth's goalkeeper intercepts it. And they're going to kick it right out there. Now Nebraska City will have the chance for a throw-in here. Nebraska City being very aggressive here so far. And they're looking to get their first point of the season. Let's see if they can manage to do it. Plattsmouth, though, they intercept that, but it's there intercepted by Nebraska City. Nebraska City on the attack. It's going to be intercepted by them, and they're going to try to shoot. But there will be no score for Nebraska City as they trip up and fall on top of the ball. And it looks like it's going to be a handball or a penalty there on Plattsmouth. And it's going to be a free kick for Nebraska City. This could be their chance to get their first point of the season here in the 5th game. Let's see which way Nebraska City decides to kick it here. Trying to outsmart the goalkeeper. Nebraska City with the kick, and they score! Nebraska City have scored their first point of the season off of a free kick. And what an offensive there from Nebraska City. And they are hyped for their first point. And so, Nebraska City strikes first and are up 1-0 here against Plattsmouth. Plattsmouth here to kick off. So far it's been a very defensive game from them, but it has gone back and forth here Plattsmouth with the ball. Nebraska City already on the attack. But Plattsmouth, they managed to get it past the offensive there. And they're kicking it back to their defense. And managed to get it past Nebraska City here. But Nebraska City intercept that kick. And steal it off of Plattsmouth and kick it up. And it will be out of bounds for a Plattsmouth throw-in. Plattsmouth with the throw-in. And do not manage to get that ball past Nebraska City. Nebraska City, quick. And they kick it past Plattsmouth's defense. Nebraska City on the attack here. 50-50. And that ball will go out of bounds for a Plattsmouth throw-in. And there will be a sub here for Plattsmouth. And that will allow Nebraska City to regroup here. But it will also allow Plattsmouth to regroup. Let's see who plays this better. Plattsmouth circling around, trying to find the correct person to throw it into. And they will not. Nebraska City steal off of them and immediately kick the ball out of bounds for another Plattsmouth throw-in. And Plattsmouth gonna try to be quick about it. And that will be intercepted by Nebraska City. Popped up there. Nebraska City on the attack, and they will unfortunately kick the ball out of bounds for another Plattsmouth throw-in. Plattsmouth intercept that ball there. But that will be stolen off of them by Nebraska City. Only to be prior stolen by Plattsmouth. Nebraska City on the attack here, but they will kick that ball out of bounds. Plattsmouth with the throw in here, but there will be nobody there. And Nebraska City will manage to steal it off of them and kick it up here. Nebraska City on the attack, kick it deep into Plattsmouth's defensive formation, but that ball will go out of bounds for a Plattsmouth throw in. Plattsmouth with the throw in. Do not manage to corral that though, and that will be a Nebraska City throw in. Nebraska City with a throw in here. And they do manage to corral it. But Plattsmouth, they steal it off of them. But Nebraska City, they intercept it and kick it deep again into Plattsmouth's defensive formation. Trying to header it over the goalkeeper, but that will not work. And so Plattsmouth's goalkeeper saves them. Plattsmouth's goalkeeper kicking off here. And they get it way past Nebraska City's defense. Plattsmouth on the attack, but the defense is fast and they will recover. And that'll be a throw in here for what looks like it's gonna be. Looks like it's gonna be a Plattsmouth throw in here. Plattsmouth with the throw in. That's far up the line there. But it will pay off, and Plattsmouth are back on the attack. Plattsmouth with the ball. But that will be stolen by the defense there and kicked far up the line, but nobody's there for Nebraska City. Plattsmouth try to pass there, and that will be intercepted by Nebraska City's defense. But Plattsmouth, they're right there. And they're ready to go on the attack, but Nebraska City, they steal it off of them. And Nebraska City is going deep into the Plattsmouth defense, only for Plattsmouth to in turn kick it out of bounds in order to regroup. Nebraska City with the ball, but that will be stolen off of them by Plattsmouth. Plattsmouth have to corral it though, and Nebraska City on the attack, but they will not get that ball in the goal. And Plattsmouth's goalkeeper will boot it out of there. Nebraska City try to header the ball and corral it, but they will kick it out of bounds in order to regroup. Plattsmouth with the throw in. And they're right back to business. But Nebraska City with the amazing steal. Unfortunately, nobody there to follow up for the pass. But Plattsmouth now on the attack. But Nebraska City will steal it right off of them and kick it right back to Plattsmouth. And it looks like a penalty here for Plattsmouth here. Looks like they're going to get a kick here. And they might just try to kick it from around the 20-yard line into the goal. This did work in the last home game for Buena Vista. Let's see if Plattsmouth try to do it. Plattsmouth try to shoot and score, and they do! Oh my! Plattsmouth with the deep shot, and they do manage to score that one. That'll be number 23, it looks like, for Plattsmouth. I hope that is correct. And it'll be tied up 1-1 here from Nebraska City after the deep shot from Plattsmouth. Nebraska City with the ball, and they try to kick it deep into Plattsmouth's defense. And it looks like that did, in fact, work for Nebraska City. And that'll be deep in there, and it looks like it'll be a Plattsmouth throw-in following that deep kick from Nebraska City. Plattsmouth with the throw-in, but that will be immediately intercepted by Nebraska City. Kick deep into the defense, and that'll be kicked out by Plattsmouth for a Nebraska City corner kick here. That's what it looks like. Nebraska City with the corner kick here. That will be intercepted by Plattsmouth's goalkeeper. And that will not, but the kick, that was an amazing shot. And Nebraska City scoring their second goal of the season. Did not quite see the number of the player who scored there, but it will be an amazing goal nonetheless. That was Kendall Cathell with the goal there. An amazing goal there from Nebraska City. And they'll take the lead 2-1. Plattsmouth with the ball. And they're trying to get past Nebraska City's defense, but that will not work. And Nebraska City will kick it deep and turn into Plattsmouth's defense. But Plattsmouth's goalkeeper, she'll boot it out of bounds deep in there. And that'll be a Nebraska City throw-in shortly here. Nebraska City with the throw-in, trying to get it past Plattsmouth's defense for another goal, and they do manage to do that. Nebraska City with the ball, deep in Plattsmouth's defense. Plattsmouth have to be careful here, cannot give up another point. Plattsmouth managed to corral the ball before it goes out of bounds, and they're deep in Nebraska City's formation, but they do kick it out of bounds in order to regroup. And it'll be a Nebraska City throw-in, trying to get it past Plattsmouth. Plattsmouth will kick it out of bounds, though, for another Nebraska City throw-in. Nebraska City with the throw-in here, and it's an amazing one, too. It's deep in Plattsmouth's defense, and they steal it right off of Plattsmouth. The pass from Nebraska City, and that will be corralled by Plattsmouth's goalkeeper. What a save! Plattsmouth's goalkeeper here with the big kick. That will not be corralled immediately by Nebraska City's defense, but it will not matter as Plattsmouth go right back on the attack here. But that will be stolen immediately by Nebraska City and kick right into Plattsmouth's defense, and Plattsmouth will kick it out in hopes to regroup here. Nebraska City with the throw-in. and the ball deep into Plattsmouth's formation, and the Plattsmouth will kick it out of bounds again in order to try again to regroup. Nebraska City with the throw in, and Plattsmouth have the ball, and they'll just kick it out of bounds again, and there will be a sub here for Nebraska City. Nebraska City with the throw in. And it'll be a good one too, getting deep in Plattview's defense. Nebraska City with the ball and the chance to score again. They shoot, but they'll miss. And Plattsmouth breathe a sigh of relief. Nebraska City did mess up there, and that could have been a 3rd point. But instead, Plattsmouth have the ball, but it'll be immediately stolen by Nebraska City. Only for Plattsmouth to intercept it, but it'll be stolen by Nebraska City. Kick deep into their defense, but Plattsmouth's goalkeeper is just going to kick it right back out. But Nebraska City, they intercept the goal kick there. And it looks like there's going to be some sort of penalty here. And it looks like City here with the kick. They might just try to kick it all the way from about the 35-yard line. Let's see if they try to do it. Nebraska City, though, instead try to play it safe and kick it deep into Plattview's defense, but their goalkeeper's right there and just boots it out of there. And they header the ball deep into Nebraska City's defense. Plattview on the attack. Can Nebraska City recover? And they kick the ball out of bounds in order to hopefully recoup, and there will be another Nebraska City sub. About halfway through this first half of soccer from Nebraska City, and it has been tight. Nebraska City, they've scored 2 and their first 2 points of the season at that, and they have been aggressive. But Plattview, they've stayed solid and defensive here. Let's see what they can do. Plattview with the ball. They try to shoot, but there is nobody there. And so Nebraska City, they try to kick it up, and that pass will not be intercepted by Nebraska City, but that one will be from Plattview. Nebraska City with the ball deep in Plattview's defense. Will there be a call of offsides? There will not. Nebraska City with the chance to get the 3rd point here, and they get it! Nebraska City up 3-1. What? That'll be scored again by Kendall Cathell. What a shot. And Nebraska City will be up 3-1 in the first half. Plattview with the kickoff here. Down by 2. Have to come up with something. And they kick it into Nebraska City's defense, but Nebraska City's defense is just going to boot it right out of there. But there will be what looks like a tripping penalty here on Nebraska City. And it will be a Plattview kick. And it looks like a Nebraska City sub is going to try to get in here. But they will not call it. So Plattview will kick from about the 50-yard line. They're probably just going to try to pass it up the field. Plattview with the kickoff here. And they do exactly as I predicted. Deep in Nebraska City's defense, but the goalkeeper, Gonzalez, with the save. Nebraska City here with the goal kick. And it'll be beautifully placed. And Nebraska City seal it out right from under Plattview. And they're on the attack. They're lightning fast. Nebraska City with the ball, but it will unfortunately be an offside on Nebraska City. Platteview here after the offside with the goal kick. I mean, the kick. Nebraska City intercepts it with a header, and it's a nice one too. Nebraska City, though, they kick the ball right to Platteview, and Platteview stealing it out from under them. Platteview with the shot, attempting to get into the defense, and Nebraska City will try to get it out of there, but it will be intercepted by Platteview. Plattsmouth trying to get the shot, but it will be intercepted by Gonzalez, the goalkeeper, and Nebraska City will try to kick it here. And Plattsmouth, they'll steal it out from under Nebraska City, but it will be a throw-in here for Nebraska City, but they will get 2 subs in here. Those will be Carly Peterson and Presley Meyer coming in for Nebraska City. Nebraska City will try to throw it in here. Immediately intercepted by Plattsmouth. Nebraska City, though, with the ball, and they steal it right from under Plattsmouth, try to get it past the defense, but they will not. There will be a wall of Plattsmouth players right there, and Plattsmouth will steal it out from under Nebraska City, but Nebraska City will steal it right back. Plattsmouth try to header it, but they will not. And then Nebraska City, almost getting that ball from Plattsmouth, but Plattsmouth will keep it under control, and they will almost get it past Nebraska City's defense here. Nebraska City, they have to be careful, but they will not be. And Plattsmouth, they have the ball deep in Nebraska City's defense. They try to shoot, but Gonzalez, the goalkeeper, will not manage to intercept it. And it's a goal for Plattsmouth, it looks like. No goal. Oh, the referees call a no goal there, and that was close for Nebraska City. A sigh of relief breathed by them. Let's see. Looks like that was a goal there from Plattsmouth. The booth thought that we up here in the booth, we thought they called it off, but Plattsmouth did end up with the goal there, so the score will be 3-2. Plattsmouth with the ball, and it will be a Nebraska City throw-in after they kick it out. Nebraska City with the ball, and they kick it deep in Plattview's defense. Plattview have to corral it here, and they'll just kick it back to their goalkeeper. Oh, God. Olivia LaRue coming in here for Nebraska City. Plattsmouth with the ball here. And they're keeping it more conservative than before. Plattsmouth with the ball, but that ball will be out of bounds, and it'll be a Nebraska City throw-in. Plattsmouth with the ball, but that will be intercepted by Nebraska City. And that will be an immediate throw-in here from Plattsmouth. Plattsmouth taking their time with the throw-in here, perhaps trying to regroup. Plattsmouth with the throw-in, but that will be immediately stolen by Nebraska City. Nobody there, though, and Nebraska City will manage to get it off of Plattview, and they will get it past Plattsmouth's defense. Plattsmouth, though, will kick it back to their goalkeeper, and that will be corralled by Nebraska City there. Nebraska City with the ball, but there will be what looks like a trip on the field. And it looks like an injury here. We'll be right back. We'll be right back as Paul Dewey steps onto the field to look at his player. All right, Coach Dewey helping his player off the field right now. And she will walk slowly to the bench. Looks injured here. And they will further check on the player from the bench. Can't exactly spot the number from here. That'll be number 21, Claire Kreifel. Will be injured for Nebraska City. Nebraska City will be here after the injury. They'll kick it off, and it'll be deep in Plattsmouth's defense. But their goalkeeper, she'll scoop it up here and kick it right back out here in just a second. Perhaps wasting a little bit of time off the clock there. Nebraska City immediately header it, and Plattsmouth will have to recoup here. They try to pass it up, but they will not. And Plattsmouth, though, will have the ball stolen from them by Nebraska City. It'll be kicked deep in there. Nebraska City with the opportunity to score again here before the half. They pass, but that ball will be that will not be a great pass there from Nebraska City, and the ball will be forced out of bounds by Plattsmouth, and it will be a Nebraska City throw-in here. Nebraska City with the throw-in. They will not get the ball past Plattsmouth, though, as Plattsmouth's goalkeeper just absolutely boosts that ball way up in the sky. And that will be a Nebraska City throw-in here. And Plattsmouth will intercept that throw-in for another Nebraska City throw-in. Plattsmouth having a tight defense here, looking for the opportunity to get that ball back up the field. Let's see if they can manage to do it. Looks like the referees are signaling something here. Perhaps a yellow card here on what looks to be Plattsmouth. Referee going over to talk to Coach Dewey, so we'll be on Nebraska City. Now the ref. Looks like it'll be Jocelyn Crispin who gets the yellow card here. Not exactly sure what for. Oh, that'll be for bumping, as I'm told. And the play will resume. Aurelie Flores came in for Jocelyn Crispin there. Plattsmouth will intercept that ball. And they will kick it out of bounds for another Nebraska City throw-in here. Nebraska City with the throw-in here. And they will get that. But Plattsmouth, they'll steal that ball off of Nebraska City. Try to pass it up, but Nebraska City, they'll get that off of Plattsmouth and kick it deep in Plattsmouth's defense. Nebraska City with the ball, and Plattsmouth are getting physical here. And Plattsmouth goalkeeper, she will intercept it, and we'll pick it up, and we'll swiftly kick it out of here in just a moment. About 9 minutes to go here in the first half, and it's and there will be about 9 minutes left here. Let's see if Plattsmouth can do anything in this already action-packed first half. Nebraska City with a throw-in here. That will be headed by Plattsmouth. Plattsmouth with the ball, but that will be stolen by Nebraska City and kicked deep into Plattsmouth's defense. Nebraska City with the ball. They'll try to shoot or pass here, and they'll try to shoot. But that will be a miss from Nebraska City, and Plattsmouth's goalkeeper will scoop it up here. Kendall Cathell did shoot that one, and it was close to going in, but Plattsmouth's goalkeeper did manage to get that one. Nebraska City passing the ball up. That will be intercepted by Plattsmouth, but Nebraska City will steal it off of them. Plattsmouth with trying to recover here, but that ball will go out of bounds, forced by Plattsmouth, and that will be a Nebraska City throw-in here momentarily. Jocelyn Crispin is going to be coming back in. The throw-in from Nebraska City immediately intercepted by Plattsmouth. And Plattsmouth will kick the ball up the field, but that will be out of bounds for another Nebraska City throw-in. Nebraska City with the throw in here. But that will be stolen by Plattsmouth. And they're going to try to corral it here. But that will be immediately stolen by Nebraska City. And it'll be deep in Plattsmouth's defense. Nebraska City with the ball here. But that will be gotten by Plattsmouth. And they'll try to kick it up the field. But they will instead kick it out of bounds in order to regroup. Nebraska City with a throw in there. Immediately intercepted by Plattsmouth. But Nebraska City steal it off of them. Plattsmouth with the ball there. But Nebraska City managed to get it off of them, only for Plattsmouth to intercept it. Nebraska City there with the big kick. And they'll get it deep in Plattsmouth's defense. Nebraska City with the ball. But Plattsmouth get it off of them and force it out of bounds for a corner kick. Nebraska City with the corner kick here. Kick it deep in Plattsmouth's formation, but they will not get it past. Nebraska City with the kick there, but that will be intercepted by Plattsmouth's goalkeeper. Plattsmouth with the big kick. And that ball will be back into Plattsmouth's defense. But they will kick it up. And that ball will be out of bounds for a Nebraska City throw-in. Nebraska City with a throw in here. Right to two Plattsmouth defenders there. And Plattsmouth will take advantage here. Plattsmouth on the attack. Deep into Nebraska City's defense. But that will be picked up by Gonzalez, the goalkeeper. And they will kick it out of there. Right back to Plattsmouth. Nebraska City intercepting it here. Trying to steal it away from Plattsmouth. But Plattsmouth, they pass the ball around and get physical and get past Nebraska City's defense. Nebraska City have to recover here. And they force the ball out of bounds in order to regroup. And there will be a couple of subs here coming in for Plattsmouth. With about 5 minutes to go in the first half. Plattsmouth with a throw in here. And it will be a good one, but it'll be intercepted by Nebraska City with a header. And a nice one at that, too. And Plattsmouth, they'll just force that ball out of bounds, and it'll be a Nebraska City throw in. Plattsmouth with the ball here. But they're going to have to force the ball deep into their defense, trying to pass it to their goalkeeper there. And that will work. And Plattsmouth with the ball. But it'll be immediately stolen by Nebraska City. And the ball will go out of bounds for a Plattsmouth throw in. Plattsmouth with the throw in. Immediately gotten by Nebraska City. But Plattsmouth, they recover here. And it looks like they're charging up the field. Plattsmouth with the ball. They steal it from Nebraska City. Ball forced deep into Nebraska City's defense. Plattsmouth with the ball. Chance to tie it up before the half. But that ball will go out of bounds for a Nebraska City goal kick. With the goal kick, but that'll be immediately swiped by Plattsmouth. But Nebraska City will in turn steal the ball off of Plattsmouth. And Nebraska City will try to maintain control here. The ball will go out of bounds though, and it'll be a Plattsmouth throw in with 2 minutes just about to go here. Plattsmouth trying to get a third point here before the half. In this already point-filled game, Plattsmouth with the ball, but it'll be immediately swiped by Nebraska City. Nebraska City tried to kick it upfield, but there's nobody there. And Plattsmouth will have the ball. Nebraska City with the big kick there, and they'll have it up the field, and that ball will stay in bounds. What a play there. And that'll be immediately blocked by Plattsmouth there. And it'll be a Nebraska City throw in here. It looks like it'll be Olivia LaRue throwing it in here. Nebraska City with the throw in there. Immediately intercepted by Plattview and forced out of bounds. LaRue throws it in again. Nebraska City with the ball. Try to pass, and what a nice pass it is. But looks like Nebraska City getting into a little contact there with Plattview. But Plattsmouth immediately getting up there. And Plattsmouth will get a kick here. Immediately intercepted by Nebraska City, but Plattsmouth, they'll steal it off of them. And they'll kick the ball deep into Nebraska City's defense. When Nebraska City, they swipe that ball out from underneath of Plattsmouth. And they're kicking it up the field here. 44 seconds to go here in the game. Does Nebraska City go for the point? It looks like they are. Nebraska City on the attack. And they're going to force the ball out of bounds. A smart play here. But That'll be forced out of bounds by Carly Peterson there. And that is a good play there before half, as they are draining time off of the clock in order for Plattsmouth to respond. 15 seconds to go here. Let's see if Plattsmouth try to make one more play before the half. Plattsmouth with the deep shot there. But Nebraska City's defense needs to corral it here. And they will manage to do so before the half. What a half it was, too. Nebraska City Pioneers 3. Plattsmouth 2. What a first half. We'll be right back. All right, a bit of a halftime report to cut in the silence with about a minute to go until the half is over. The first half, what an exciting one it was from Nebraska City, scoring their first 3 points of the season all in one half, and Plattsmouth not far behind with 2. It has been nonstop action here from Nebraska City, and it's still anybody's game. Nebraska City up by 1, but that can be a lot in a game of soccer. If Nebraska City tighten up on defense, I suspect that they can win this game. But if Plattsmouth, if they can consistently get past Nebraska City, they will come out the winner. It all depends on who makes the better second half adjustments. Don't miss the second half here in just about 45 seconds. We'll be right back in about 30 seconds. All right, Plattsmouth with the kickoff here, and Nebraska City right back on the attack here, being very aggressive here to start. And we're already right past Plattsmouth's defense, 1v1 here for Nebraska City. And getting very physical there against Plattsmouth as Plattsmouth forced the ball immediately out of bounds. What a way to start here for Nebraska City. Let's see if they can keep it up. Nebraska City with the throw-in. Immediately, though, Plattsmouth get it. And it looks like it's going to be a handball here on Plattsmouth. Or Nebraska City, it looks like. Maybe an offside. Plattsmouth with the kickoff here. And it'll be a good one, too, as it gets deep into Nebraska City's defense. But Nebraska, that ball will go out of bounds for a Nebraska City throw-in. Neb City with the throw-in here. Immediately, though, intercepted by Plattsmouth. Nebraska City almost managing to get that ball past Plattsmouth. But Plattsmouth right back on the attack here. Nebraska City have to be careful. They have a slim lead. That ball gets past Nebraska City's defense. Nebraska City on the defensive here. They have to get that ball out of bounds. And a smart play there from Nebraska City as they get the throw in there. Nebraska City with the throw in. And it'll be right to a Plattsmouth player. Plattsmouth on the attack. But there will be a load of Nebraska City defenders there, and they will force it out of bounds in order to regroup. And it looks like it's going to be a Plattsmouth throw-in here. Plattsmouth with the throw-in. They miss. And they miss the kick too. But Plattsmouth, they recover. And they try to score. Gonzalez, though, will manage to corral that ball and get it out of here. Plattsmouth with the ball off of the kick. And they're deep in Nebraska City's defense again. Plattsmouth pass. And they're getting past Nebraska City's defense, but Nebraska City, they'll recover and force the ball out of bounds for a Plattsmouth throw-in. Plattsmouth with the throw-in here. Intercepted by Nebraska City, and that ball will go out of bounds for a Plattsmouth throw-in. Plattsmouth, they throw it in, and it'll be intercepted by Nebraska City and immediately kicked up. But it looks like the ball was out of bounds there, and it will be a Plattsmouth throw-in here. Or a kick. Don't exactly know what the penalty was. Plattsmouth might try to go for it here. But that ball will be intercepted by Gonzalez and picked up. Nice save there from Nebraska City. Nebraska City with the big kick there. And they'll get it way past Plattsmouth's defense. Nebraska City on the attack. But Plattsmouth's goalkeeper kicks it way far up. And it'll be a Nebraska City throw-in. A nice play there by Plattsmouth's goalkeeper. Nebraska City, though, right on the attack off of the throw-in. And they have the ball deep in Plattsmouth's formation. But Plattsmouth, they steal it off of them and manage to kick it out of bounds for a Nebraska City throw-in. Plattsmouth with a throw-in here. They header the ball up. And that will get past both Nebraska City players, but Nebraska City, they intercept the pass there. And they will get it past Plattsmouth. Nebraska City back on the attack here. But they are not faster than Plattsmouth. But they will corral that ball. And Nebraska City back on the offensive here. Trying to get the ball past Plattsmouth. But Plattsmouth's goalkeeper manages to catch that one. And they will absolutely kick that ball deep into Nebraska City's formation. What a kick there from Plattsmouth's goalkeeper. That ball will be forced out of bounds, though. And it will be a Plattsmouth throw-in here. Or a kick here is what it looks like. As there was something there. Plattsmouth. That'll be on Nevaeh Percy there. Plattsmouth with the kick there. They try to header the ball into the goal, and it will be successful. Plattsmouth with the 3rd point of the game for them, and they will tie it up. Oh wait, the referee is whistling here. Looks like an injury here, and it looks like it'll be on. It looks like it'll be Nebraska City's goalkeeper here, Martinez. We'll be right back. Looks like Nebraska City's goalkeeper. Looks like Nebraska City's goalkeeper being escorted off the field, not being helped off the field here. So that may be good news here for Nebraska City. We do not know the exact extent of the injury here. Still going to be escorted off the field here, though. She does look all right, though. And the players will go back onto the field. Nebraska City going to prepare their substitute goalkeeper here. And that will be Genesis Valkier. It looks like is going to be their substitute goalkeeper. So we'll see how she does in the goalkeeper spot in this tight game. Looks like that's Yohaira Velasquez out there in the goalkeeper position. But wait, looks like Nebraska City's goalkeeper is going back onto the field. Looks like she is in fact all right, and it looks like Gonzalez will in fact take the position back. Nebraska City on the attack here. And they'll kick the ball deep into Plattview's defenses. Plattsmouth have to recover here. And they'll just kick the ball back to their goalkeeper. Oh. Gonzalez, though, immediately with the save. And they'll kick it immediately out of bounds here for a Plattsmouth throw-in. Plattsmouth with the ball here. And that ball will go out of bounds for them. And that will be a Nebraska City throw-in. Nebraska City will in turn force the ball out of bounds for a Plattsmouth throw-in. Plattsmouth with the ball here. And they're trying to get the ball past Nebraska City's defense. Hopefully to score their 4th point of the night here. Plattsmouth with the ball. And they'll try to get into the goal. Gonzalez will kick it up here. And that ball will be immediately kicked out of bounds. No good place to kick it there for Gonzalez. Like a tactical play there from the, and the ball will immediately go out of bounds immediately after. Nebraska City will throw it in. Nebraska City with the throw in. It will be immediately to Plattsmouth, but Nebraska City, they header the pass, and the Plattsmouth try to do the same, but that will not work. Nebraska City kick the ball deep into Plattsmouth's defense. Plattsmouth's goalkeeper has to be careful here. She scoops that up, though. Plattsmouth kick that ball deep in Nebraska City's formation, and they do have it off of the header from Nebraska City. Plattsmouth pass the ball up. They get the ball past Nebraska City's defense, but not for long. Nebraska City kick the ball back up there. Well, Plattsmouth, they intercept it and kick the ball back. It's a back and forth here. But Nebraska City's goalkeeper Gonzalez will pick that up. And an amazing kick there from Gonzalez, as Plattsmouth will not manage to intercept that one. Nebraska City kicked the ball deep into Plattsmouth's defense, but that ball will look like it's going out of bounds here. Let's see if Nebraska City can get it. They do manage to get it. Nebraska City steal it off of Plattsmouth. They're deep in the defense, and that ball will go out of bounds for a Plattsmouth goal kick. That ball was shot by Cathell there. An update from the rest of the varsity sports. The varsity boys baseball team just beat Auburn 15-7 here. Good job to them. Plattsmouth with the ball here. And they try to kick it up, but it'll be immediately intercepted by Nebraska City. And a beautiful pass there. And they managed to win that 50-50. Nebraska City with the ball. And they kick it again deep into Plattsmouth's defense. But their goalkeeper is going to pick that one up. And is going to pick that ball right up. And that is a nice goal kick there. But the Plattsmouth will not be able to follow up here, as Nebraska City will once again kick it deep into their defense, but it will be an offside on Nebraska City. Plattsmouth with the kick off of the offside. Plattsmouth with the ball here, but that ball they'll have to recoup here. They'll just kick the ball back to their goalkeeper, who will absolutely fire a missile deep into Nebraska City's defense, and that ball will go out of bounds for a Nebraska City throw-in. Nebraska City with a throw-in here. That will be headed out of bounds by Plattsmouth. Nebraska City will slightly advance up the field for the next throw-in.
Who won the boys game? What was the score? 11-1, we won.
Nebraska City with the ball deep in Plattsmouth's defense, but it will be an offside, unfortunately, for Nebraska City.
We won 11-1.
Boys varsity soccer did beat their opponent 11-1 today. Good job to them. Nebraska City with the ball here, and it will be a penalty on Plattsmouth there. So Nebraska City will get a good kick here from about the 50-yard line. Plattsmouth gonna prepare for anything here. Nebraska City might just try to pop the ball right over them, and they will. But Plattsmouth's goalkeeper is right there to fire the ball back deep into Nebraska City's formation for a throw-in for Nebraska City. Nebraska City with the ball here, deep in Plattsmouth's defense. Can they get another score here? Nebraska City with the deep shot, but that will be a miss, and it will be a goal kick for Plattsmouth. Plattsmouth settling into formation here. The goal kick here from Plattsmouth. And that will not be as clean of a goal kick, but it will get the job done, as Plattsmouth will intercept the pass from Nebraska City. Nebraska City, though, with a big kick and the 1v1 here, but they will not contest. And so Plattsmouth's goalkeeper here with the likely kick. And she will pick that ball up as she forces Nebraska City forward. Plattsmouth with the big kickoff of their goalkeeper. And they have the ball. Nebraska City, they'll get the ball stolen off of them. But Nebraska City, they kick the ball back. The ball deep in Nebraska City defense, but they almost managed to kick the ball out there. Nebraska City, though, with the ball, the pass, and a nice juke there on the defense. Nebraska City with the ball deep in Plattsmouth's defense here. They try to cross, and they will manage to. The ball almost gets past Plattsmouth's goalkeeper. That will be another missed kick there from Nebraska City. Plattsmouth managing to recover here off of that almost score from Nebraska City. But Plattsmouth on the attack, deep in Nebraska City's defense here. They juke one defender. They almost get past the defense there, but Nebraska City's defense will manage to block it and will force it out here. And it will be a Plattsmouth throw in, and they'll throw it in quick. Nebraska City, though, scoops that ball off of Plattsmouth. And they get it past Plattsmouth, too. It'll be a play for Plattsmouth's goalkeeper, though. Managing to intercept it, though, and kick it upfield. But there's nobody there. Nebraska City intercept the ball there, and they're back on the attack. Nebraska City deep in Plattsmouth's defense. Deep shot there, but there will be no goal for Nebraska City. Looks like 3 subs coming in here for Plattsmouth deep in the game. Plattsmouth with the goal kick here. And it's going to be just a light pass here. Perhaps trying to force the Nebraska City offensive forward. Block there from Nebraska City, and that's a good one too. Plattsmouth being quick with their throw-in, but that will be intercepted by Nebraska City. Nebraska City with the ball here, getting it around Plattsmouth's defense. And they will get it past, but Plattsmouth's goalkeeper is right there, and she's going to force Nebraska City's offense forward here. Forcing them to contest here. And she'll scoop it up here. Waiting for the hole to open up here. And a nice kick there from Plattsmouth's goalkeeper. An amazing kick there. Oh my goodness. Almost managed to get a goal there. Oh, that would have been a nice play there from Plattsmouth. Just barely missing, though. And that will be... Wait. Looks like there's a player being escorted off the field here. Looks like there's a sub coming in here for Nebraska City. And it looks like there's going to be a kick here for Plattsmouth. And this could be it, folks. If Plattsmouth score here, it could be the game. Nebraska City have to defend against this likely goal shot from Plattsmouth. Can they do it? The tension thick. Plattsmouth with gonna line up the shot here, gonna take their time. Nebraska City gotta settle in. Gonzalez warming up here. Plattview with the shot. And that will not go in. Nebraska City collectively wipe their brows as it will be a goal kick for Nebraska City, and they stay in the game. Goal kick here from Gonzalez. Have to get out of a sticky situation here. Nebraska City managing to force the ball back into Plattsmouth's formation there. It will be a Nebraska City throw-in here after the ball is forced out of bounds. It will be a couple of subs, 1 for Nebraska City and 2 for Plattsmouth. That'll be a sub there for Nebraska City. Nebraska City with the throw in here. Header from Plattsmouth. Plattsmouth with the deep kick there. Trying to get past Nebraska City's defense. And that will be a penalty there on Nebraska City. And they'll be able to kick it from around the 40 here. Would be a deep goal shot from here, so they'll probably just try to pass it. Plattsmouth with the deep pass here, but that will be intercepted by Gonzalez. Perhaps they were trying for the goal shot there, but that will not be successful. Oh, that'll be kicked out by Plattsmouth there for Nebraska City throw-in. Nebraska City with a throw-in here. Looks like there's going to be a throw-in here for Plattsmouth. Plattsmouth with the ball. That's going to be intercepted by Nebraska City there. And it will be forced out for a Nebraska City throw-in. There will be a sub here for Nebraska City. Nebraska City with a throw-in here. And it's going to be past. I think that's past. That'll be almost past Plattsmouth's defense there. Nebraska City gonna corral it, and they're gonna kick it deep into Plattsmouth's defense. But Plattsmouth's goalkeeper just gonna intercept it there. But Nebraska City steal it right off of them. Nebraska City with the ball here. And about 20 minutes to go. Nebraska City with the ball. Whoa. And that ball will be forced out, and it will be a Nebraska City throw-in. 3/4 of the way through this game. 20 minutes remaining, and it's tied 3-3. It's anybody's game still. Nebraska City with the ball. Tries to pass, but there's nobody there. They're going to header the ball, though, and that will end up being a successful pass. Nebraska City with the ball deep in Plattsmouth's formation, and that will be caught by Plattsmouth's goalkeeper, but there will be an offside call on Nebraska City there. Gonna be a kick here from Plattsmouth. Nebraska City misses the kick there, and it'll be a crucial miss there. Plattsmouth with the ball deep in Nebraska City's formation, but Gonzalez does manage to scoop it up there. Plattsmouth intercept the kick there. And they are back on the attack. But Nebraska City steal it off of them. But Plattsmouth, they steal it back and are right back to business. Nebraska City with the ball. Try to cross, but there's nobody there. Nebraska City with the deep kick here. And that will get past two Plattsmouth defenders, but that will not get past them all. Nebraska City with the ball back here after intercepting it. Nebraska City manages to get off Plattsmouth's defense, and they kick the ball deep, but that will be gotten by Plattsmouth's goalkeeper and kicked way deep back to Nebraska City. But there are three Plattsmouth defenders there. Can they get it past them? The ball will be out of bounds, though, for a Nebraska City throw-in. And the ball will be thrown up there. Plattsmouth, though, will pass the ball here. 1v1 here for Nebraska City. Let's see if they can do it. Plattsmouth passed the ball up. It'll be a chance for them to score here. Plattsmouth tried to shoot, but that will be caught by Gonzalez. A good catch there from Nebraska City's goalkeeper Gonzalez, keeping them in the game here. Nebraska City with the big kick here. Getting it past Plattsmouth's defense, and that will be a throw-in for Nebraska City. They're going to be quick with it, too. It'll be all the way past Plattsmouth's defense. It'll be a chance for Nebraska City to score here. Let's see if they can manage to do it. It'll be a deep shot for Nebraska City. It'll be a pass, though. Nebraska City, pass it back. Oh, that ball will be out of bounds, though. No. That'll be another shot from Kendall Cathell, but it'll be just off there. And it'll be a goal kick for Plattsmouth. A close call there for Plattsmouth. There will be a couple of subs coming in. Plattsmouth with the goal kick here. And they're just going to do a light pass here. Plattsmouth with the ball. And the nice pass too, but that will be out of bounds for Nebraska City throw in. That sub is Aureli Flores coming in. Nebraska City with a throw in that will not get past Plattsmouth though, and they'll have to regroup here. Nebraska City try to kick it past Plattsmouth. They will not manage to do so though. Plattsmouth back on the attack. Nebraska City getting physical though. And that will be a call on Nebraska City. So Plattsmouth will get a kick here. The score for anybody who has just joined is 3-3. It is intense here at Pioneer Field. And with about 15 minutes to go deep in the game, it's anybody's guess who will win it. Plattsmouth with the kick here. Trying to get it into the goal there from all the way from the 45-yard line, but they will not. And Gonzalez will manage to corral that one. Plattsmouth with the ball here. And it's deep in Nebraska City's formation, but Gonzalez, she will scoop it up here and dive on the ball. A safe play there from Nebraska City. Oh, Nebraska City's goalkeeper is down again. And Coach Dewey will come onto the field. Gonzalez did look to be injured earlier, but she did trot back onto the field. Now she's injured perhaps again. We'll be right back. back. Okay. Looks like Nebraska City's goalkeeper Gonzalez is being helped off the field here. This could be a crucial moment here for Plattsmouth. If they can score a goal here in this tight game, Plattsmouth may be able to come away with the win. But if Nebraska City's defense can cinch up here, we could be looking at overtime. Or maybe even a Nebraska City win here if their offense can come back to life like it did in the first half. Most of the points in this game were scored in the first half. Only 1 point has been scored in the second. Let's see what Nebraska City can come up with here with the substitute goalkeeper. Nebraska City with the kick here, and it'll be right to Plattsmouth. But Nebraska City will recover here, and the ball will be forced out of bounds for a Plattsmouth throw-in. Plattsmouth with the ball here. Nebraska City being aggressive here, and they managed to get the ball off of them. Deep into Plattsmouth's formation. Who else to do it? But Nebraska City has the ball. And it looks like they're being very careful with it. Trying to cross here, but there's nobody there. Plattsmouth will get the ball here. And it looks like they're doing some nice passes upfield. Plattsmouth, super aggressive. And they have the ball, and they are just roaring up the field. Plattsmouth just going and going here. But the ball will be forced out of bounds by Nebraska City, and they'll hope to recuperate here. Plattsmouth going to take their time with a throw-in here. Plattsmouth with the throw-in. Immediately intercepted by Nebraska City's defense. And that'll be kicked up. But Plattsmouth will have it. Nebraska City, they'll kick it up. And Plattsmouth will have to get it here. And it looks like they're going to try to pass and get it through Nebraska City's defense. Plattsmouth with the ball here. But that ball is going to go out of bounds for a Nebraska City throw-in. Nebraska City get the throw-in, but the ball will be going out of bounds. Nebraska City steal it off of Plattsmouth, but the ball goes out of bounds for a Plattsmouth throw-in here. Plattsmouth with the throw-in. They have the ball, but it's too deep in Nebraska City's defense. There's too many defenders there, and the ball will be forced out of bounds for a Plattsmouth throw-in. Plattsmouth with the ball here. Well, the ball is forced out of bounds by Nebraska City, and it will be a goal kick here for Nebraska City. They just have to keep their defense tight, and they could force overtime here, or if they could go on the offensive, they could win. It'll be Nina Fulton, the goalkeeper substitution for Nebraska City. Nebraska City with the ball on the defensive here. And they're trying to get it upfield, but they will not get past Plattview. And the ball will be forced out of bounds for a Nebraska City throw-in. Every second off the clock. Precious here. Nebraska City forced the ball upfield, but they're not fast enough. Plattview's going to get there. Plattsmouth's going to get there first. The ball will again be forced out of bounds by Nebraska City. Here, trying to force it past Plattsmouth, but they will not. And Nebraska City will be in big trouble here, but the goalkeeper Fulton will manage to scoop that one up. Nebraska City with a big kick here, and it will be an immediate header for Plattsmouth. Plattsmouth with the ball here, and they are super aggressive. Nebraska City will force it out of bounds for a throw-in. Looks like a couple of subs coming in here for Nebraska City. It looks like Gonzalez is going to be coming back into the game here. But it may be too late. It is not. Gonzalez looks like to be coming back onto the field. And this could be pivotal. Nebraska City now have their goalkeeper back. And they look to be back in this game. Nebraska City here stealing the ball off of Plattsmouth and kicking it up, but there's nobody there. Plattsmouth trying to get the ball past Nebraska City's defense. Trying to find the hole here. Let's see if they can manage to do it. Plattsmouth with the ball. 10 minutes to go. Plattsmouth with the shot. They miss. The ball will be out of bounds for a Nebraska City goal kick. Oh wait, it looks like it's going to be a Plattsmouth corner kick here. I thought that ball would be a goal kick, but it looks like a corner kick here for Plattsmouth. Plattsmouth with the corner kick in this absolutely pivotal offensive. Plattsmouth with the ball, intercepted by Nebraska City's defense, kicked deep back into their defense. Nebraska City with the ball here, trying to get it off of Plattsmouth, but they will not manage to do so. It's deep into Nebraska City's defense, and they're trying to kick it up, and they do manage to do so, and that ball will be out of bounds for a Plattsmouth throw-in. Plattsmouth with a throw-in here. Looking to get the ball past Nebraska City. So far, tight defense in these last few minutes. Nebraska City, though, managing to get the ball past the Plattsmouth defense. But Plattsmouth will just pass the ball back to their goalkeeper, who will absolutely rocket it back to Nebraska City. Plattsmouth, though, get the ball stolen off of them by Nebraska City. Nebraska City with the ball. Oh my gosh, managing to get it past two Plattsmouth defenders. Nebraska City now with the ball in a pivotal moment, but they try to pass and there's nobody there. Plattsmouth now with the ball, but the ball is forced out of bounds for a Plattsmouth throw-in. Plattsmouth with the throw-in. And they have the ball. Tried to force it past Nebraska City's defense, and they've almost managed to do so. And there will be no penalty there for Nebraska City. Or will there? Looks like, yes, there is a penalty there on Nebraska City. Looks like it's going to be a kick here for Plattsmouth. Oh, no. Looks like it's going to be a free kick here. Or a kick here for Plattsmouth. And if they can get into the goal, it might be over here for Nebraska City. Can Nebraska City get it in here? Can Nebraska City defend here? The kick here for Plattsmouth. No! It will be a goal for Plattsmouth. And it looks like Nebraska, it might be over for Nebraska City. 4-3 Plattsmouth here in Nebraska City. Nebraska City, if they can muster an offensive here, they might be able to tie the game. But they haven't scored since the first half. Nebraska City here going to kick off with about 7 minutes to go here. They need a goal fast. And if they can score a goal like they did in the first half, they might just manage to do it. Nebraska City kicks off here. Passes almost past Plattsmouth's defense there. Nebraska City get the ball stolen from them by Plattsmouth. Plattsmouth back on the attack. And they are getting physical here. Plattsmouth tried to pass the ball, but there's nobody there. But it almost works out for them anyways. Plattsmouth with the ball. And they have control here. Almost getting the ball past Nebraska City's defense there. Plattsmouth will intercept that intended pass by Nebraska City. Nebraska City with the ball deep in Plattsmouth's defense. This could be what Nebraska City needs. Plattsmouth, though, will force the ball out of bounds. And it will be a Nebraska City throw in here. This could be the jolt that Nebraska City needs to tie the game. Let's see if they can manage to do it. Nebraska City with a throw in. Trying to get the ball past. Plattsmouth, though, force it out again. Nebraska City with the throw in. And it's a nice one, too. They just have to be faster. Oh, and a trip up there. And it looks like it's going to be a kick here for Nebraska City. And this could be the chance for Nebraska City to score now. They can manage to get into the goal here. It will... It will be Maisha Oggs here with the kick, and she is their best kicker, so my sources tell me. Let's see if Nebraska City can do it. Nebraska City with the kick, and it will be intercepted by Plattsmouth. And it will be an absolute missile here. Past Nebraska City's defense. They have to corral it here. Nebraska City with the kick, with the ball here. And Plattsmouth will steal it off of them and kick it up here. But they miss the kick. And they miss. But Nebraska City misses the kick too. Nebraska City here with the ball. And they force it out of bounds here for a Plattsmouth throw in. Plattsmouth with the throw in. Have to be careful here if they don't want a Nebraska City sudden score. Plattsmouth with the ball here. Nebraska City almost managing to force it past them. And they do manage to do it that time. Nebraska City with the ball down the field. But Plattsmouth's goalkeeper is going to intercept that one and kick it up the field. And 4 minutes left in the game here. Nebraska City need a miracle here. But Plattsmouth, they say no, and they kick it deep. And it's going to be a goal for Plattsmouth. And that might just be it here, folks. Plattsmouth perhaps driving the dagger deep into Nebraska City. With 3 minutes, 53 seconds here to go. Unless Nebraska City can come back with a miracle 2 goals in 3 minutes. In about 3 minutes, this game might be over. Nebraska City with the kickoff here. I try to get one more goal before the game's over. Nebraska City with the ball here. Force it up almost past Plattsmouth's defense, but they will not get it past. Plattsmouth back on the attack. Nebraska City getting physical, but they will not get past. Plattsmouth with the ball, but the ball will go out of bounds for a Nebraska City throw-in. Nebraska City with the throw-in here. And Plattsmouth will force it out of bounds to drain more clock here. Nebraska City with the throw-in here. Manages to force it past Plattsmouth's defense. Nebraska City with the ball here, but Plattsmouth will look to get it. And they will force the ball way out of bounds and into the stands. Nebraska City here with the ball in the throw-in here. Still a chance to maybe win this one. And they managed to force it past Plattsmouth's defense, but Plattsmouth's goalkeeper is going to scoop that one up. And is going to throw it to her defense. Plattsmouth's defense has the ball, but it's immediately intercepted by Nebraska City. Nebraska City, they have the ball here and a chance to score. Plattsmouth, though, playing it safe, playing it defensive, and forcing it past Nebraska City. And Plattsmouth, they now have the ball in control of this game. And they are just driving up the field. Nebraska City's defense has to recover here. Oh my goodness, a physical collision there. Both players, though, get up. And the clock will continue to run here. Perhaps a clock rating play there from Plattsmouth. But it will be a Nebraska City kick here. Nebraska City just going to try to get the ball past Plattsmouth's defense. Still technically enough time to tie up the game, but highly unlikely. Nebraska City with the ball here. And they force the ball past Plattsmouth's defense. Nebraska City on the attack. But Plattsmouth's goalkeeper will absolutely rocket the ball deep into Nebraska City's defense. Platteview is immediately back on the attack. And they are just going to try to shoot. And they miss. And with about a minute left here to go, the game may be over. 3-5 here, but the ref stops the clock here. 57 seconds left to go here. Nebraska City might have time for one more goal to send it off here. They immediately, though, kick the ball to Plattsmouth. Plattsmouth had the ball, trying to get it in there, but the ball will go out of bounds for a Nebraska City goal kick. Nebraska City with the goal kick here. Time is of the essence here, but they may have just already accepted defeat here. Nebraska City tried to kick there, but it looks like there's going to be another kick here. 20 seconds left to go in the game, and it looks like Plattsmouth will conquer Nebraska City 5-3 here. 13 seconds to go here. Nebraska City tried to kick it up, and that ball will be forced out by Nebraska City, and that will be the last play of the game. Plattsmouth managing to beat Nebraska City 5-3, but Nebraska City, they have nothing to be ashamed of. They've scored their first 3 points of the game and managed to keep it close today. It was an intense rivalry game here today from Nebraska City, but it looks like Nebraska City will be 0-5 and Plattsmouth will be 3-2. I have been your commentator, Micah Schimmel, and I will stick around here for when the ladies say thank you to everybody in attendance. It was an intense game here from Pioneer Field today. No doubt about it. The game could have absolutely been different if Nebraska City's defense would have been tighter. Oh, and the next game is at Conestoga. That will be an away game, but the next home game will be on April 7th against Standing Bear. Nebraska City will end their shutout streak, but they will not end their losing streak today. They have nothing to be ashamed of, though. What a game it was. I have been your commentator, Micah Schimmel, and this is me signing off for tonight.